Hello everyone and welcome back. Before we start working with MLKit libraries, we want to implement this menu functionality and then move to the MLKit libraries implementations. So first thing to do is I'm going to add a shared preference class. Inside my util package, I'll create another package and name it persistence. And I'm going to paste it here. So it's a simple shared preference class that will load and save my data. The states of my menus items. So for this example, we want to see if the text recognition is on. We use the load. The default value is false, of course. And if we set it to true, we'll use the callback of the switch and save it inside the shared preference. And of course, we have the data class of config, and we're going to use it for the UI state. So every time we add a new menu, we'll add it inside here and the key and other stuff inside the other functions. So let's go ahead and use this filter storage inside our FilterUIState. So inside my UI package, I'm going to create another package and name it states. I'll copy and paste this FilterUIState here as well. Let's implement this filter storage. So this is a states model for our filters dialog. So we are holding a show dialog state inside a mutable state, the state of this menu option, if it's enabled or not, and then a reload from storage function to read the new or latest data from the storage and update our current values of the menu items. And then you can see we are setting a new value to our text recognition menu object. So let's use it inside our main screen. Let's go inside main screen and scroll top here. Down below the context, we are going to create FilterState and mark it as remember FilterUIState, the view that we just created. And the initial value is going to be filter storage dot load and pass the context to it. So our filter state is ready to use now. Now it's time to add FilterDialect and FilterTitle components inside my components list. Let's add both of them here. Title is pretty much simple. It's just a row of an image and text for name of the menu item, and then a switch to check if that menu item is switch or not. And for initial value, we're going to use this checked boolean object here. For the change callback, we use this onCycle callback, which returns a boolean. And of course, every time that we are adding a menu, we are going to add a filter title inside our column of the alert dialog. So this title, the initial value of it is going to be derived from the state's initial object. And then when we toggle it, we will set up a new value to the, for example, text recognition. And then when we press the confirm, we will use the filter storage and set up a new value to the configs. Simple as that. And of course, for the cancel button, we will dismiss the dialog. So where to use it? We're going back to the main screen. Close the tabs that we don't need. If you remember, inside the filter state, we had a show dialog property that was in charge of showing the dialog. So if it's true, we want to create our filter dialog and set up these values to it. So let's start with filter state. Actually, the name of my variable is filter state. So I'll rename it to the filter state, just like this. Okay, so we need to add this reload filters function inside my view model. So let's navigate to the main view model and go down here. So if we want to reload filters, we'll tell the WebRTC factory, which is in charge of re-render the filters and make them enable. So let's create a member function inside this WebRTC factory and we will set it up later. So who's gonna call this filters menu actually? It is going to be our TopBar sections. I'm going to update this file like this. So what we have done here, and state for our expanded menu if the menu is open or not. And then you can see we have added two callback functions on switch camera and open filters, and then a box that contains an icon button, which is 3 dots. It represents the old menu button, and then a drop menu. The drop menu expandable, its initial state is going to be the same state that we are holding up here. Now we have two menu items. The first one is switch camera, which we'll call the switch camera callback, and then the next one is open filters. Let's go back to our main screen. Now it's complaining about two callbacks that we have to add. So down here inside the top bar, I'm going to introduce the callback. So on open filters, I'm going to launch block and tell the filter state to reload from storage and pass the context to it, and then set up the show dialog. And for the switch camera, I'm going to use view model and call the switch camera function. Simple as that. So if we run our application right now, we can use these 3 dots icon and press filters. You can see that our dialog is ready to use. If we set it to the true and restart the application, we should be able to see that this setting is saved inside the shared preference. So everything is working fine here. Now let's move to the next video and integrate the MLKit libraries into our project and start using it. So till the next video, see ya.